I was homeless, living out of the backseat of a car for almost 2 years. That's a long story for another time. But one of the things I'm sure you might be able to imagine is that I didn't have great Wi-Fi. So in this video, I'm going to show you some of the tricks and tips that I used to be able to keep myself entertained without being connected to the internet, and some of the cool little gadgets you can get to make it a little bit easier for you. We're going to sort these in order of most obvious to least obvious, starting with probably the most obvious thing you can think of, which is downloading videos. If you go to Netflix, if you go to YouTube, you can download videos if you use YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium is fantastic, by the way. It's the only subscription I pay for. But YouTube, Netflix, they'll let you download things. You might get away with torrenting movies and TV shows, but I don't recommend it because it's kind of a hassle to sit there and wait for gigabytes to download. It's much more convenient to be able to specify like 1080p or 420p for your videos. Yeah, so Netflix, YouTube, downloading videos is a good option. The next thing you can do is go get some books. You go to your local library. They usually will let you check things out for free. Honestly, libraries are fantastic. They are so underappreciated. They've got free Wi-Fi. They've usually got like coffee or water. Books, libraries are just fantastic. But if you don't want to do physical books, you can get something like a tablet or a Kindle. Be able to Google Play, Amazon. Fantastic. I can easily eat up days at a time just reading books. Podcasts work too. I'm not really a podcast person. I can't sit there and just like listen to somebody talk for extended periods of time. You might be able to notice that from my videos. I talk a million miles an hour because I don't have the patience to sit through other people's videos of talking for like 15 minutes at a time. But my personal favorite way to eat up time is with emulation. If you go on Android, you can download emulators and get all of your favorite ROMs. I love Game Boy Advance games like Golden Sun. Actually, Golden Sun is great. Golden Sun is probably my favorite Game Boy Advance game. No, Game Boy Advance emulators. You can get Nintendo 64. I think PlayStation 2 emulators work right now too. So you can do all of your favorite childhood games, and I'm sure you can eat up weeks at a time just emulating those. It's technically not legal, so I'm not advocating you break the law, but it works pretty well. I have different controllers that I use. This one is just like regular D-pad, but I do have another controller in here. Just a second, let me pop open my little bag of goodies. I do have another controller here, which I would use for something like a PlayStation 2, if I'm trying to emulate PlayStation 2. Another option that you do have is something like a hand console. I have a Nintendo Switch right here. I just don't have the patience to be able to play games like this anymore. Breath of the Wild, Zelda Breath of the Wild, fantastic game. I played that for a long period of time, but no, I really like these Bluetooth controllers because this is my childhood. This is like just straight up nostalgia right here, being able to play these games. It's so much easier than trying to like use the touchscreen on your phone with your thumbs getting in the way. Yeah, just if you're going to be emulating, controllers are the way to go. I'm going to be real though, if all you have is like your cell phone or your tablet, I don't recommend going onto the Play Store or the App Store and like downloading any native games, because we all know that games on mobile are kind of trash. Like I'm not actually sure how that happened, but any game that is like built for an Android device, it's got micropayments, it's just trash. So stick with an emulator. Another thing you can do if you're able to like move around and go do things is pick up a hobby. I'm a photographer, I'm a videographer, as you can probably tell given the content that you're watching right now. But this is something that can easily eat up several hours at a time if I just go out and I take pictures of things. As a photographer, personally, I don't even know what I'm going to shoot. Half the time I just decide that I'm going to go out, I want to shoot something, I want to come back, I want to post something to my Instagram. And I end up finding really interesting things just because I set out with the goal to shoot something. And even if I don't get anything interesting, I end up being a better photographer every time I go out. So practicing a hobby, just practicing developing yourself. Great way to eat up time. I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to say, oh, another way to eat up time is to get a job. True that. Touche. My last tip to keep yourself busy, if you don't have Wi-Fi, is to just go on walks, explore, get your legs working. You can eat up hours out of your day just looking around. Yeah, I'm going to be in Ukraine soon, so stick around. We're starting the $100 series up here real soon. I've just got to figure out how to get on a bus. I'm scared of buses.